Hey, I'm Brad Klynsmith, and I play for a band called Gangs of Ballet. So I'm a full-time professional musician. I've only been full-time as a musician for about a year and a bit now. And before that, I was actually, a lot of people wouldn't believe me when I say it, but I was actually a professional Christian. I was working for a church. I was preaching, and I was kind of flying around the world and playing music and training guys and preaching and doing like youth stuff and all that kind of stuff. I did that for like 10 years. And so I came out of school, I wasn't sure what to study, and I did like a year of your life type thing. And a year into that, I started working full time as a church. Making your life count has been actually a growing question for me, if I'm honest. Going from two different spheres of like being like really like full-time in the church to like now like full-time musician. It's two different worlds essentially, and also with what I'm involved with, like you get a lot of attention and like press and all those kinds of things, and you know, I've really diminished of like what I think is like making my life count now. Yeah, and I think if you it's not so much how big your life is, but it's how kind of focused your life is. You know, I've actually got to the point where if I can benefit one person in my life, my entire life, I think my life's counted. And I just don't see money, wealth, and success as like a viable thing. Like I've counted. You know, I think those things do help you count on like bigger scale. So I'm not saying that they're wrong. I think, but if you start on the big and you never really get the small right, I think you kind of miss it at the end, you know? I've really tried to focus on the person that's in front of me, and if I can be a benefit to that person, whether it's my friend, whether it's my family, maybe it's an acquaintance, I think that's where it starts for me. I've always wanted to be part of something bigger than myself, and I've always wanted to be a part of a solution. I've never thought that I'll ever be the solution, you know, but I've always wanted to be a part of a solution. And largely that is like finding what part of the solution you're going to be, you know, so whether it's like I said, like the person in front of you, or whether it's like your career, or it's whether you're involved in charity, or whether you're involved in just being really good at what you're at, you know, I think that's probably the biggest thing, you know, like actually finding your little spot. You know, you can't say that opposition is a problem, because you're never going to do anything that doesn't have opposition. Everything you do is going to have opposition, you know. And so like becoming significant, if you say it's too hard, it's not really a viable excuse, you know, because it's never going to be easy. You know, it's like if I always say, you know, everyone wants these exceptional, amazing, unrealistic lives, but they're never ever willing to pay an unrealistic price, you know. So, you know, I think the people that are most significant, whether on the small or on the big, it's the people that are willing to pay the biggest price. You know, if you are in the space where you're thinking, you know, I really want to make my life count, I would say, one, do not shy away from hard work. Our generation and the generations to come are getting lazier and lazier and lazier, and they're looking for the quick fix as quick as possible. But you've got to do your due diligence. The best in the world are the best in the world and the most significant, it's because they have put the hours in before. And maybe it looks like everything looks easy for them now, but they've put in years and years and years and hours before. And then secondly, I would say, like, when you're looking for your space in the world and you're part of the solution, don't work against yourself. You know, every single person's got like, you call them gifts or talents or abilities. I call them graces on your life. When you do something that is, no matter whether you do it good or bad, it produces good fruit in the end. It's like, it is the effortless part, the very natural, whether it's accounting or arts, or it's music or public speaking or cooking, whatever it is, you know, like everyone's got these little graces in your life, and everyone's trying to be the significant person and earn the money and play the big crowds and all these kinds of big things, you know, and they choose those things over doing what they're meant to be doing, you know. And I believe that we're designed and we're created. I don't think that we're just mistakes that we develop things on the way. I think that we've been put together in a very specific way, and the best thing you can do is to start work with yourself. Say what is part of my design, and start there. even if it looks like you might not make money or be significant in that area now, you'll be surprised, because the moment you've got this genius locked up inside of you that you will shy away for the wrong reasons, and the moment you give yourself to that little genius, even it's a little spark, those are the things that end up making you the most money and making the most significance.